everyone, so third video review for this week is for Hazards of the Heart by Charlie Conwell. If you want to check out my Goodreads review, I did just post that the other day, so if you're on Facebook or on my blog there is a link within the post, and if you're on YouTube there is a link in the description below. And this is the video review. So Hazards of the Heart by Charlie Conwell. This was an interesting crossing of paths, I would say. It's basically a story that centres around Kate Bedford, who really wants to fall in love, but she also wants to really focus on her career as a golfer. And she finds she's caught the eye of Sawyer, who is around the sort of golf tournaments as a public relations officer, and she's definitely a distraction for Kate. But when they realise their mutual sort of appreciation of one another and a little bit of attraction, that's when their relationship really starts to sort of flourish. But it's not just them who have parts in this story, there's a whole cast that join them for it. And they're the main focus, but there are little subplots with the other cast members that all tie into the bigger plot, and it's all thrown into jeopardy when Kate's past sort of catches up with her and lands her at the centre of a homicide case, which was a really drastic turn of events. And it's then down to Sawyer and all their friends to find a way to sort of protect Kate and prove her innocence, and manage the impacts this might have on her career. So it's a very involved story, like I say, with a lot of characters. There's a lot of cast and there's a lot of subplot there as well, that fills it out and makes it sort of adds to the depth of the story. But it was quite a complex story in terms of the crossing over of the character paths and how the conflicts would add that complication to the plot. And although, like I say, Kate and Sawyer, they are the main focus, all these friends and family that join them, they all have aspects of their own life thrown into the mix due to their involvement either by career or by friendship connections, and they all have a vital part to play in the bigger plot involving Kate and Sawyer, other than their relationship. And the plot twisted and it turned, and it kept the story interesting. It sort of made it difficult to guess what was going to happen next. So each turn of a chapter there was a new surprise, there was something unexpected waiting, or there was a new development in a subplot. There was something to really keep you on edge and keep you intrigued and wanting to know more about the whole situation and the other characters. So it was intriguing to see how it was all woven together to sort of form a larger, more complex story, rather than focusing solely on a relationship between two characters. That romance between them became sort of an underlying feature behind all the whole homicide and big sort of crime mystery. So to lighten the mood though, because some of that crime and mystery can get very dark and deep, Charlie's built in sort of cuter, flirty moments, and a few that are more steamy, just to add relief. So you'd have lots of connections, and the characters would all interact, and then you would then focus on a couple, whether it be Kate and Sawyer or whether it be a couple of the other characters who were involved as their friends. There was always something different going on to sort of bring them back together, or to centre the focus of the plot, but also to then offer you a little bit of relief in something else. So you'd have like I say, that more steamy scene, or that cute little flirty scene, or a bit more building on their relationship. But it was a really enjoyable romance / crime novel, and it had interesting storyline and characters. I think there's a lot here that could be taken to perhaps write future books, because like I say, there was a whole cast of characters here who you got a tiny hint of them because they were important to the main plot, and they had their own sort of little subplot in the background, but all those subplots could lead to sort of their own future stories hopefully one day, because it would be great to know a bit more about those other characters, and it would be great to see Kate and Sawyer again, and just how things are for them as well, how their relationships progressed after all this sort of drama and conflict. But it wasn't what I expected at all. I really was expecting a bit of a romance, more so than the crime, and I loved that balance, that it became the underlying feature in the crime, because Charlie, she's got a good way of building a plot. They are exciting, and they do contain a lot of drama and a lot of angst, so I loved that she'd kept that with this story as well, and that it hadn't just become pure romance between lots of characters. That the way she links characters as well, she usually takes quite a big cast and she links them quite well, and you get to know them, you get a hint of all of them, and then hopefully one day we'll get to meet some of them in their own story that's more focused on them rather than on a cast. But it's really, really great that she does that, because it gives you lots of different characters to get involved with, and it means it's not too heavy on one plot. So like I say, it wasn't what I expected, but I really did enjoy it more than I thought I might. When I started reading all the crime part, I was like, wow, I was quite shocked, because it started in that really fun sort of flirty way with introducing these two characters in a new relationship, so it was completely unexpected. But I would recommend it for any crime romance lovers. You will like it. It's a really fast-paced drama, and it's really, like I say, angsty, and it'll get you drawn in, and it'll keep you really intrigued. So I really enjoyed it from that aspect. And I will pop a link in the description so that you can go and grab a copy if you want to. If you've read Hazards of the Heart by Charlie Conwell, please let me know what you thought of it. Comment below, get involved. How did you find the story and the plot and the characters and everything? It'd be great to hear your thoughts. If you haven't read it yet, but it's on your to be read list, again, it would be great to hear from you. It's always great to hear what you're interested in reading, and if you do read it, I really hope you enjoy it. Bye!